Because she got mad at me one night when I told her, I was like, you really don't allow me to be a father. It's like, it's okay if I come see her over there when you're around. But my 2 oldest kids will tell you, I took great care of them. Every time they wanted something, they got it. Shoes, they got it. Clothes, they got it. Mainly, the only thing they didn't get that much of was because I got tired of buying it, was damn Fortnite skins. OMG. When it came to that Fortnite stuff, that was annoying. Like, because Fortnite, every day, they got something new. And it's like, you got like 200 and some skins. How many skins do you possibly need? When I was your age, there won't no Fortnite. You know, you got phones and tablets and all this and the third. I bought my son probably at least 5 different phones, and either he loses it or he breaks it. Every kid likes Fortnite for real. I don't know. I've never met a kid that, well, I guess if you don't have a system, you can't really play it. I'm not gonna lie, Fortnite, I played it with the kids for it. It's fun. I prefer Call of Duty Warzone over anything. But it's just this. If Fortnite for me is like a scam, it's just like Roblox. You know, because can you imagine how much money they make off those apps? Fortnite probably. No, I'm not gonna say that. I say Roblox probably makes more money. Because you can buy all kinds of stuff, and it's like certain games require like. Well, they don't require, but if you want to. Like a VIP pass where you have all the cars and unlock like certain apartments and you know stuff like that. It's just like y'all are making a killing off of it. I didn't even see you come in my room. How did you send me an invite? Send it again. I accept it. Don't be talking crazy. No, absolutely not. Not you. Never seen you a day in my life. How are people sending me invites that are not in this room? Somebody named Rose just sent me an invite to co-host. Are these people that are my friends and they're on live and they're inviting me to their live? Because I don't know how that works. If you're still in here, I don't know if you left already. Yeah, I was asking I just got 2 invites to co-host. Does that mean that people that are on my friends list are live and they see that I'm live and they're inviting me to co-host? What's up, Penelope? Because I didn't see him come in the room, so I don't know how that works. But also, I've never. How do I cut that off? Yeah, but if they're not coming in the room, how are they? I don't understand that. Take a logo. What does this button do? Go live with guests. Okay, no, it's not on it. What is this? Co-host. Okay, there it is. No, that's why I got that stupid setting. Yeah, because he's not my friends. I can't allow invitations from people who aren't your friends when you're live. I didn't know those. Nope. Alright, I got it. Yeah, I saw that option. I had no idea that was a thing. I cut it all off. Because these are people they're not my friends. Because I was like, I don't know you. You don't even look like you speak English, and why are you asking me to come to your live or you want to join mine? Not anymore, they can't. I just gotta remember to cut that off every single time. Unless it's a permanent setting. Once you cut it off, it stays off. Alright. It's the first night in a long time, I guess, because it's so cold out. Ain't nobody up here with me. I don't see how people think it's, I mean, it's cold, but it ain't that cold. The first time when I was homeless, like I said, I've only been homeless 2 times. Unless you consider, hey Melissa, unless you consider, I mean, I guess you can consider living in a motel homeless, but when I say homeless, I mean like not having nowhere to stay. The first time I was outside and it was December and it was like 8 degrees outside. I don't know, I'm just a survivor. Like, what happens, what are people going to do if this war with Iran is going on? I'm not going to talk about that too much because I don't want it to be spreading misinformation, but what happens if the world goes to, you know, shit hits the ceiling? The fan, whatever they call it. What are people going to do? You got to learn how to make it on your own without anybody, anything. What's up, Nicole? I'm trying to use this chair to get that one good crack in my back and I can't do it. How's your night going, Melissa? $10:41. Bless me. I'm still mad that squirrel chewed that hole in my bag, really. I knew he was doing something he wasn't supposed to, because when I came around that corner and I seen him jump away from me, I said, oh my God. And I look over there, there's a whole hole in the side of my bag. Because I had some crackers in there. They ate my crackers, and not only that, he chewed through one of my phone charger cords. You can't be that hungry. You look like you was fat already. You be eating good. Because down here in the city, these are the squirrels that go in the trash can. They don't care. And people leave food everywhere around here. Kind of trifling for real. Leave the trash up here at McDonald's. Leave the, you know, cigarette butts everywhere. What's up, Lynn? I think the best thing about Richmond is ain't no rats down here. If you was in New York, they got rats up there the size of kittens and cats. I've been down here for quite a while, and I've lived in Richmond before. I've never seen a rat. I mean, when I say rat, I mean like the big ones. I know they got the little field mice. Those are everywhere, but you never really see them because they're so small and they're so quick. Just like the apartment I had in Petersburg. I remember when I first moved in. This is after mine. This is after I paid the deposit and all that. The manager told me, he said, "Yeah, I forgot to take the trash down before work one day, so it had sit there for a week, and it was kind of like the can was open because I had a lot of trash in there." He's like, "Yeah, you make sure you take that trash down. You gonna mice gonna get into it." I said, "Mice? What do you mean?" He said, I'm telling you what. Inside of that apartment, I used to have to stay up and catch them things. And then, like I said, they're highly intelligent. They know how to operate and move they can do it right in front of you and you won't even notice it. I try not to kill them, but some of them I couldn't help, because I just put some rat traps down, and every once in a while, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, you'd hear it go off. I think out of like 15 of them that I got, I only was able to save like 5 of them. I was able to trap it because we had a rabbit at the time, and the little rabbit fence is real small because them things can squeeze through like small cracks. I caught a couple of them in there, and I put them in a little bucket and took them outside and let them go. And it's like, but then I started thinking, I'm letting you go outside, and you're probably going to turn around and come right back in the house. And that was real frustrating because at the time I was with my kid's mom, and she would make me basically search things. Like if she saw one, she would not go to sleep until I found it and got rid of it. And sometimes it would take hours. One of them I caught. No. One of them I caught. No. That girl is putting me through so much stuff right now. I can't see my kids until January 26th. Technically, I can't see my kids until April of 2027. Because when I first got down here, I was trying to get into the shelter. I had issues with that. My second baby mama that lives down here offered for me to come stay there. And I already knew how vindictive my first baby mama is, so I was like, well, I was considering it. So this was January. I came down here in December. January 4th is when I told her, I said, look, I got something to tell you. You're not going to like it, and I'm only telling you because I know you're going to find out anyway. Because I was talking to my oldest 2 kids, and eventually they're going to hear something in the background, her talking when her kids talking. I was like, look, my kids, Lonnie's mom, offered me to come stay there, to help me out so I can get a job down here, blah, 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 blah. I talked to her on the phone for 9 minutes in total. 8 minutes was me talking to the kids. The last minute was me telling her that. As soon as I said that information, she lost her mind. Threatened to hurt me. Told me I'd never see my kids again. Just went berserk. I'm going down to the courts and put warrants on you. Put warrants on me for what? Because I'm thinking about moving in somewhere you don't want me to move. You could have lived with me. No, you're toxic. You're toxic. I don't want that in my life anymore. I want to be peaceful. No, it's fine. I appreciate you saying sorry, but it ain't nobody's fault but mine. I should have ended things with her a long time ago, and I should have got my kids out away from her, and I should have just been done with her because I just had no idea that this was going to go that way. Well, she's so full of it. Because I met my kids, the first time I seen my kids since May of 2025, was I think it was right before Christmas. I met her at the McDonald's up the street. What's up, man? And when I tell you this girl is rude and embarrassing and just very ignorant. Well, let me stop. Now, I remember what you said before. All I'm going to say is I met her at the McDonald's. She was very loud, very vulgar. Kept touching me inappropriately and saying, don't you miss me? Don't you do this and that? No, I'm here to see my kids. And that's that manipulative, narcissistic behavior that I just can't, I'm sitting here I'm literally was talking to my son at the time, and she's trying to overtalk my son that me and him have a conversation so she can try to get my attention. Come on. And I have a whole recording of it on my phone. Her talking about, don't you miss me? Don't you want to put a ring on it? No, I want to put some handcuffs on it. And not in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Moonlight? But yeah, she basically lost her mind when that happened. Because I guess in her mind she thought at some point in time we was gonna get back together and be a happy family. That ship sailed a long time ago, man. The sad thing about it is I'm gonna have a happy family, but I'm not gonna have a happy family with any of my baby mamas. It's gonna be with me and my kids and somebody else. My second baby mama, when we were living together for like the first 3 months of our relationship, I was asleep one day when my daughter called, but it comes up as my baby mama because my daughter didn't have a phone. She decides to pick the phone up, answer, argues with my 13-year-old daughter, takes the phone and leaves out the room and goes downstairs and says a bunch of crazy stuff about my kids. Man, that's the only time I've ever lost my voice in my life. When she came back upstairs, I said, where are you at? And she lied. She was like, oh, I just went downstairs to the office to do something. I forgot what she said. And then next thing you know, she had my phone back, and I got all these text messages from my kid's mom saying, I can't believe you let her do this and say this about our kids. And I'm like, what is going on? And I found out, man, I yelled so long. I was like, that's so I said, if one of your baby daddies called to speak to you, it's not, for one, you should never touch my phone. We ain't been together long enough for you to be touching my phone. 2, as soon as you heard that it was my daughter, you should have either said, hey, your dad's sleeping, I'll let him know to call you when he gets up, or you should have woke me up. You had no right to disrespect. Listen, you could say what you want to an adult, but don't talk to my kids or any kids like that. Especially not my kids. And then she tried to gaslight me and make me feel bad for yelling at her. Like, no. Well, I'm not going to say the phone off limits, because if I need to use your phone, I might need to use your phone. I ain't going to go through it, because I've learned my lesson. I ain't never going through nobody's phone. Because in my opinion, I'm always going to assume that the person I'm with is most likely entertaining somebody else. Because from my experience, and I might be wrong, most women have a secondary roster of who's next if this don't work out. Men, we don't do that. If I'm rocking with you, well, I'm not going to say all men. Me specifically. If I'm with you, I'm with you. You ain't got to worry about me talking to other females, entertaining nothing. Unless I'm unhappy. But if I'm unhappy, I'm going to let it be known. My second baby mama had, when I first got with her, I handed her my phone and unlocked this shit. Go ahead, read what you want to. I ain't got nothing to hide. But you know what the crazy thing about it was? I said, all right, you went through my phone. How would you feel if I asked to go to your phone? Oh, you can go through my phone. Guess what she did right before I went through her phone? She ended up telling me about it, but she ended up deleting a couple messages because she was talking to people while we were together. I'm like, bruh. She's like, they don't live here. I was just talking to them. Okay, that's that bullshit I'm talking about. It's like, I'm not gonna get in too deep into. I'm gonna behave myself, like I said. The last time me and my second baby mama were intimate, in the heat of it, oh, I'm never gonna let you go. I'll never leave you. This and the third, because we were together for a little bit. Man, I'm telling you what, just because I put it on you like that, don't mean females is gonna be females. Man, she's a homebody. She don't go around. She ain't ever, like, from my knowledge, ever cheated. But just like, in my opinion, if she got mad at her other baby daddy, he got deported. She got mad at him for entertaining other women on the phone. But you doing the same thing with other men. And the sad thing about it is you're not even getting no money out of it. If you're going to entertain another man, at least get some money. Shit, I'm cool with it. You want to entertain another man? Go ahead. Give me half of what you get. But I think, honestly, that's my opinion, because I won't in love with her. Oh, no, I mean, she got 6 kids, and one of her sons is severely autistic. I'm pretty sure he's probably worse than yours. She just the type of female that lives off of government assistance and judges everybody else. It's like, why don't you get up and do something with your life? Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Like I said, you've been inside this apartment now since August of last year, and you have not a penny saved. Nothing. You know, she'll get her child support, and she don't even get that much money for child support, and she'll spend it on food and then hit me up. Like, when I first met her, I knew what she was about, because I watched her order food and then turn around and be like, damn, I forgot to get her one of her son's diapers. I forgot to get my son diapers. And then she looked at me. I'm like, so you want me to go pay for his diapers after you done spent the money that was for him on your food? Obviously, I went and got the diapers because he needs them, and I'm not going to let no child go without, because that's neglect. But that's not my responsibility. Not no 2 months into a relationship. The only reason she got the computer that she's on playing right now. We did I went up there and bought groceries and stuff for the house and got diapers and wipes and stuff like that. And mind you, we didn't have our daughter yet. So I'm helping her. She sees this computer she wants. She throws a whole fit because she sees the price. She's like, oh, it's $4.99 or $3.99, whatever the price was. Because she wanted to play Sims so bad. I was like, man, give me a couple days. I could probably get it. But I was like, you know, you can't act like that just because you don't get what you want. You a grown-ass woman. Just like I'm a grown-ass man. There's a lot of things I want. And I know if I don't got it now, I'm going to get it eventually. But I remember standing outside waiting on the Uber to get back. And she just sitting there pouting and doing all kinds of crazy stuff because she couldn't get what she wanted. I'm like, man, I already knew right then and there it won't go work. Because you just kind of using me for what I got. Or trying to take advantage of me or whatever, make me feel bad. Appreciate Kylie. I just don't understand why some females do that. And then they try to make you feel bad for the nice things you did because you got frustrated and finally spoke up on it. If I call you out on your shit, instead of coming at me and being like, oh, you're the bad person, own up to what you did and the mistakes you made and be like, you're right. I shouldn't have done that. Instead of buying a $400, $500 computer at the time, could have used that to save up to get one of us a car. But if I'm living with somebody that's got mental health issues, it's kind of like you got to keep them happy or otherwise your life is going to be hell. And I ain't want to go through that. I remember one night in particular, We were watching it. Well, she was watching the movie. I was glancing at it. And I made a comment about something that she had said earlier about the movie. And she was like, I didn't say that. I was like, you 100% did say that. No, I didn't. I'm not the type that can just be quiet sometimes. Especially if I know I'm right in a situation, like 100%, no doubt in my mind. I'm happy. I don't know why I said happy. I guess because I read your comment. I meant to say I'm right. She picked up, I had a little mini fan. I forgot the name of it. Because I sleep with the fan while I used to before my situation. And I'm telling you, she threw that bitch across the room, hit me dead in my nose, broke my nose, made it bloody, and then sat there for a whole hour and cried and tried to make me feel bad for her crying. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have done that. And then right after she was done crying, snapped right out of it and went back to being the same old person. No, it shouldn't. But at the time when we were living together, I didn't realize she had everything going on that she had going on. Now I know. But at this point, we already have a daughter together, so I got to deal with it. But she has quite a few mental health issues going on, and she doesn't address them and will not take medicine. She doesn't go see anybody. She talks to a therapist on the phone, and half the time she reschedules it. And it's like, you're never going to get better. Yeah, I got 3 kids. I got a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. Yeah, because I don't post or talk about them because I try to keep my private life private. But when I go live, I'll talk about it. I'm just not the type to try to use, because some people in here try to use their kids to get help from people, and I was like, that's you can't do that.
Man, shut the fuck up now. Oh, we gonna stop goddamn walk.
It's not right to do that for real. That man always yelling at his kid, bro. That shit, I be wanting to say something. It's like, it ain't my place. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. She don't have any addictions. She just said she's bipolar, schizophrenia, definitely. She says she's borderline. No, you're all the way there. And what is it? Borderline personality disorder. That's the one that I can't ever figure out how to deal with. She literally has another person that she calls herself. It's a certain name. I swear to God, she says this. She has an alter ego. It's like what's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or Mrs. Hyde or whatever that show was. And when she would get mad, it's his grandchild, but no, he just mean to her all the time. He's up here at the McDonald's when I get off work, or if I'm not working, I'm up here. He's up here every single time. And I don't like the way he be talking to her. At the end of the day, that's a baby. She couldn't be no more than 5 years old. She don't understand. And you know, kids nowadays, a lot of them have autism and stuff. They can't help it. Yeah, it definitely is crazy, because it's like you don't know how to. Because I didn't find this out until, because she left in 2020, in March, I believe, of 2023, and moved to Florida. She wanted me to leave my other 2 kids and come move down with her, and I'm like, no, you have no plan. You have no job lined up there. I don't have no job lined up there. I don't know nobody in Florida. I don't think that you're basing your move off of tax money. What are you gonna have? What's gonna happen with tax money right now? She made it 1 year down there and had to come back. And when she came back, she was homeless. She was living in an abandoned. I didn't know none of this until I got back in the picture, because I was focusing on my 2 oldest that was there. My other baby mama moved in with me in 2024. Her and the kids live with me until 2025. Well, you got off early. 2025, and then I got into some legal problems and ended up losing my place and lost all my stuff. Huh? I said you got off early. Ended up losing my place and stuff, and then I went up staying with a friend, and then my second baby mama was like, hey, you know, you can come stay down here, you can stay with me, see your daughter. Everything was fine for a while, and then it didn't work out, and it was like I couldn't deal with it anymore. It's just too much crazy in one household. And now she's stalking my TikTok pages and constantly messaging me on Facebook Messenger, trying to throw shade. And it's like, that don't hurt me. I mean, I'm going through what I'm going through, but I'm being a man about it. I'm just like you said, Kylie, I'm trying to use this platform. People are gonna call it begging or whatever, but I use this platform to try to use the advantage to get help and resources. I ain't always on here like tonight. I've been talking about everything. Most nights I get on here and I just talk about whatever's on my mind for real. Whether it's, you know, what's going on in the world, you know, alien stuff, conspiracy theories. I try to avoid talking about my kids because, you know, not being able to see them. Especially when you have kids by different people and you're able to see certain ones, you can't see the other ones, you kind of feel a little guilty for seeing some of your kids and not being able to see all of them, because it's like, damn, that's not fair. But I'm not doing that. She is. And like I said, all this is going on simply because jealousy, emotions. Yeah, she uses I didn't think my second kid's mom would do that, and she's doing it now. She literally told me in a text message, and I saved it and I screenshot it, because it's like, if you ever try to do some shit and I take you to court for it, I have proof that you already said this. She said, in a year from now, you're not going to know where me or your daughter lives at. Really? I don't, at this point, I can't see none of my kids. Because it's like I guess I can say I don't have a good choice. That's what's up. I was actually talking to an Uber driver on my way down here back in December. And the crazy thing about it is, that's why I say this world is so small. My dad passed away in 2016. And I was talking about my situation with my kid's mom, my first one. And then he was giving me advice on it. He's an older white dude. And he was like, yeah, because he said he was in a biker gang. I was like, oh, that's crazy. My dad was in one. He was like, oh, yeah, what gang? And I told him, he was like, oh, are you scared? He had a picture of my dad on his phone. He knew my dad. Mind you, I've never met this man a day in my life. And he was just giving me such good advice on how to handle it through the courts. But the only issue is here in Virginia, the court system is so crooked and it's just all about money. Like here in Virginia, you can go down to the magistrate's office and blatantly lie and put charges out on anybody with just a written statement. And I think I'm on number 5 with her. I just recently had to sign something that I didn't want to agree to, just because I didn't want her to put my daughter on the stand and have my daughter go through that and lie. She tried to lie and say that I threatened her over the phone. I said, well, do you have, I told my lawyer, I said, does she have a recording or a text message? I said, no, she doesn't. And I even gave him proof of showing the day in question she said it happened was the day that I told her I was thinking about moving with my other kid's mom. And she wasn't happy about that. She called me 21 or 22 times within a span of 30 minutes. And was calling and basically just hanging up in my face, cussing me out and hanging up, cussing me out, hanging up. You're never going to see your kids. I'm going to put warrants out. I'm going to do this. Which she did. This is like the 6th time you done it, and every time it's been dismissed. But this time, because my lawyer, the main judge was out. He was sick, I guess, or just didn't want to come to work. a stand-in judge was in there, and he told me that she's trying to prove a point today, and her being a female and the fact that my kid's mom is willing to put my daughter on the stand to lie on me, he said it's not going to look good. He said, I talked to the prosecutor. She understands your situation. She doesn't believe her, but she doesn't want to put you in a position where you might end up getting charged with something that you didn't do. So if you take this agreement, if you go a whole year without any issues between you and them, it gets dismissed. So like I said, I didn't want to put her on the stand. I didn't want her to go through that, even though she probably would have wanted to. I think I did right as a father. I made the best decision. I sacrificed myself for my child. And I do it again. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people I talk to where they always go for the mom. Every single time. And it's not fair. I mean, she had a whole CPS case open out on her. She was living with her friend. Her friend, I still got the message on appreciate that. It will. Everything's gonna work out there. It always does, man. Like I said, I'm where I'm supposed to be at right now. I know right now it might not feel like it in my mind, and I might be going through some things, but I know I'm going through this for a reason, and it's all gonna work out. The meds ain't working for you? But yeah, I think it's time for a better topic. I don't want to talk about it anymore. What you over there eating on?
Pork chops.
Pork chops. Nah, I'm good.
A little big fish.
Nah, I just ate McDonald's not too long ago.
I got fish in this bag.
Shit, save it for later.
I got 2 pork chops.
I was gonna bring you a candy bar up here. I went back earlier.
Yeah.
Squirrel got in my bag and ate up everything. Chewed a hole through the side of my bag. And I caught him in the act.
You're hungry.
Man, he was already big as shit. He'd be eating, you know, the squirrels down here be eating good. They got trash everywhere.
Yeah. Right down here.
When you tried to change the subject. I don't care. Fuck it. I'm passionate about my kids, so when I start talking about it, I can't really, it's hard to stop. I tell you what I do miss. I don't think they do it anymore. You might not have heard about it before either. Out here in Richmond, years ago, they used to paint rocks. Like kids would go out and DoorDash me some coconut water. Is that supposed to help you or something? You should have got something with I can't say that. I don't know what's in coconut water. Damn, your allergies must be horrible. If you can't go out, if you go outside and it makes you sound like that from being outside, that's why I'm so glad I have I'm not allergic to food. I'm not allergic to nothing. Besides something called, I think it's called sulfur. They don't use that anymore. You need to go to, ear, nose, and throat doctor. I'm sure they got one out there where you live, and they could put you on these allergy shots. And if you got, pretty sure if you got Medicaid, they'll cover it. And basically, I don't know if it's every week or every every week or every other week, or it might be once a month. You go into the, you make an appointment and they give you. Basically, what they do is they put a little bit of the what you're allergic to in the shot to like build your immune system. But after a while, you keep getting them, it goes away. Shit, you thirsty enough, get you some sink water. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't care what people say about sink water. I've been drinking sink water since I was a little kid. I drank out the hose. I ain't never had no issues. And to be honest, hose water was the best. Outside playing, you thirsty as hell. You're not trying to go back home. Sometimes you don't even drink out your own hose. You'll hit up a neighbor's hose and they ain't even care. I seen what you sent. I just ain't gonna speak on here. I told you I was gonna behave myself, and you did too. See how long that lasted. Yeah, on here you is. I gotta head to the store in a minute to get something to drink. It sucks that McDonald's closed at 10 around here. Open 24 hours, but yet the inside closed early as hell. And you can't even though you got a pickup window right there, unless you DoorDash, you can't do like a mobile pickup and have them bring it to the door. Sure you do. I bet you wouldn't be, but I bet you wouldn't be able to behave. I was right beside you. And to go ahead and lie to me then. Yeah, I didn't think you could. Yeah, I was sitting in the lobby earlier, sitting over there in the corner. A dude was standing there, kept staring at me. I was like, "Why you keep looking at me?" He came in. straight to sleep. They don't do nothing to me. I try not to drink those. The only energy drink I drink nowadays is the Mean Bean ones, because I can't drink coffee, and that's the only thing close to coffee, because it doesn't have actual milk in it, because I'm lactose intolerant. And it's crazy, I wasn't lactose intolerant as a child. I became lactose intolerant as I got older. Can't really eat pizza. Delete what? I ain't deleting nothing. How you gonna send something and say delete it? Ain't nobody gonna see. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here and run down to the store real quick, and I'm gonna hop back on. I'll be back. Don't fall asleep on me. Now you don't want to work.